Yo, what's up guys, NazUFC, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be giving you guys a history lesson. We're going to be playing every EA Sports UFC game from 1 all the way to EA Sports UFC 5. So to start off with, we're going to play EA Sports UFC 1. Right, cool guys, so here's the main menu. You know, it looks super unique, you know, so I've not seen a menu like this before. I know the UFC 2 and 3 menu look the same, and the 4 and 5 are quite similar to each other, so we're going to go fight now. Alright guys, so I'm going to pick Dustin Poirier, bold Dustin Poirier, you know. I know you guys will get mad if I pick McGregor, but I am going to fight against McGregor. They've done that McGregor character model really bad, by the way, guys. That beard, it looks like a created fighter beard that they just slapped on his face. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to keep the difficulty on normal because I'm not that good at this game. I've done the tutorial, so I know the controls a little bit, but we'll get right into it. Alright, here we go, guys. Bro, the introductions were so long, and I can't lie, Bruce Buffer introduction in this game sucks. It's not as good as the other games for sure. But guys, I'm going to teach you guys the controls real quick, right? So to throw a hook, you have to move forward and punch. Uppercut is move backwards and punch, right, like that. And to throw your straights, you just have to plant your feet. So the controls are really weird on this game. Also, you can't use head movement, like, you can't hold it, if that makes sense. You've got to flick your stick like that. It's not like you know, you can't, like, really roll around or anything like that, like you can on, like, UFC 3, 4, and 5. Alright, guys, I'm going to attempt to take him down. So to do a takedown, you hold down the left trigger, right? You grab his leg, ooh, and you, like, circle your stick around. I'll try to do it again. Like that. There you go. Now we're on top. Side control. Defend that. Punch. Defend that. Defend that. We're going to try go mount here. Alright, how do I posture up? Oh, I tried to defend that. I denied up like you would on any other UFC game. I think it's different. Yeah, guys, this game is really, really arcadey. You know, it seems like a game you would have fun in, but man, it is not realistic at all. I know a lot of people say, you know, these EA Sports UFC 1 and 2 were the best. I completely disagree. I don't like this kind of gameplay where it's like arcadey and the strikes are super fast. It doesn't really take any skill to spam the parry inputs too.
Oh, nice slip and rip by McGregor. He's down. Good kicks by McGregor.
What the fuck is that, guys? You can kick the head.
He was looking for the head kick, but
no.
He
He stands up. Okay, to stand up, you press L3. Oh my god. What's going on? Damn. Okay, that knockout animation looked a bit weird. It's like he lost consciousness on the feet. We watched a replay here. And he like headbutts the cage. Guys, I can't lie. I feel like I was spamming a little bit in this game, you know, that it makes you want to spam the controls. I don't know what it is, right? Something about it makes you want to be a spammer. I couldn't play logically because it's too weird, especially against an AI that doesn't really throw any strikes at you. That dethroned t-shirt, my friend's got that. Guys, notice they're not wearing any Reebok or like, you know, like licensed, UFC licensed like clothing. It's just whatever they want to wear, but there you go, all their sponsors and stuff. Alright, cool guys, up next we're going to be playing UFC 2, which I believe came out in 2016, only 2 years after the release of the original EA Sports UFC. Alright, cool guys, so here's the menu for UFC 2. You know, it looks really similar to like UFC 3. If you played UFC 3, you will know the menu looks just like this. On UFC 3 they use like white colours. On this game it was more like a darker black and grey theme. But yeah, we're going to go straight into fight now. Guys, take a look at this Conor McGregor character model. I don't know how I feel about it. The face looks alright, but the body does not look good at all. Like the character body is not on point. He looks a lot bigger, especially for a featherweight here too. Maybe they just made him look bigger in this picture. Right, cool guys, so Charles Oliveira is in this game. He wasn't actually in the previous game, Charles Oliveira, and I know they used this character model all the way up until UFC 4, near the end of the game when UFC 5 came out. So they updated that model quite late. Where's Lawler? There he is. I'm going to use the Lawler championship shorts, 5 rounds. Difficulty, I'm going to keep it on normal. Let's go. Right guys, so the difference between this game and UFC 1 was to block head it was R1, to block body it was R2. And you can parry both, right? Like that. Oh, I can't parry. It's hard to time. And in this game, the head movement, you could just move it around like this. On UFC 1, you had to flick it left and right. But this game, no, don't have to. Deny that. I'm going to go into tie clinch. Knee to the head, to the body, to the head. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. Okay, he survives. Alright, so the ground game's just like UFC 3, 4, and 5, if you've played that. You know, the transition options. You've got grapple advantage at the top too. Side control. Yeah, it's all easy to hold, guys. I'm going to go to top mount. Let's see how easy this is. All right, I'm going to wait for him to... Oh, that's hard to deny, you know. I want to try that again. Here you go. Oh, my God, what's going on? What was that? Oh, my God, he's done. He's finished him off. There you go. Brutal finish. Damn. Guys, I have to say, UFC 2, a lot better than UFC 1, I have to say. Still a very arcadey game, you know. But, yeah, I wouldn't want this to come back. I know it's good. Alright, cool guys, I'm going to quickly give a review for UFC 2. So first of all, it's a lot better than UFC 1. The mechanics are really arcadey and spammy. I remember when I used to play UFC 2, I just used to spam combos. You know, the mechanics wants you to spam combos, and I think that's what the meta was, just spamming crazy punches until you knocked your opponent out. So, you know, it throws logic out the window. So I would never want to see the mechanics ever return to a future UFC game. So yeah, guys, that's basically my little review for this. And now, guys, let's move on to UFC 3. This game came out in 2018, 2 years after the release of UFC 2. So we're going to go ahead and play this. Right, cool guys. So here's the menu, you know, super similar to UFC 2, like I said. Like this one has a white theme, a brighter theme. You know, I'm Div 5, by the way, guys, which isn't too bad. Div 5 is like equivalent to being like Div 18 on UFC 4 or 5. Which isn't too bad. But oh yeah, you can play online. I might as well just play an online match, guys, for you guys on this if I can. I'll try to play a ranked match. All right, cool guys. So the Conor McGregor model in this game looks a lot better than, you know, the UFC 2 and 1 models, of course. Bro, some might even argue that this model looks better than the UFC 5 character model, because UFC 5, they just copied and pasted UFC 4's one where he was bald. And, you know, McGregor was only bald for one fight. At least this one has hair. You know, they got the body frame a little bit right. The face, I don't think they've done the face too well in this game. Obviously, it looks like McGregor, but they haven't done the face and beard too great on this game either. All right, here we go, guys. So the controls are really similar to 4 and 5, so I'm not going to have an issue. I know the uppercut's a bit different, but I'm going to be looking at the movement of Sean O'Malley. So you can tell, guys, it does look like the Sean O'Malley movement. It looks a lot better than the UFC 5 and 4 movement, you know, like that. Look at that. The way he steps to the right looks so much more better. Oh, shit. There you go. Get him. Shit. Clinch system was great on this game, by the way. There you go. Ooh. He's gonna shoot. Bro, this game is way too good, man. I can't believe that this game, you know, came out such a long time ago and it puts UFC 5 to shame. You know, it just feels so much more better. Like the tracking, you know, there's no issues with the block. The stamina's good as well. Look, I've nearly drained half my stamina because I was spamming, right? It just so much more better. The clinch system was better. Everything about it was better. The only thing it lacks in, of course, is the graphics. Bro, EA Sports really decided to copy UFC 4. They should have copied and pasted this game and made the graphics better, in my opinion. Oh my God. That was a close fight. That was a really close fight. He nearly beat me. Let's watch that again, guys. Head kick. Realistic ragdoll, you know. He throws a body kick. Bang. One more time. Boom. Alright, cool guys, so I'm just going to quickly give a review for UFC 3 now, just a quick one, you know, obviously a lot better than UFC 2 and 1. You can even argue that it's a better game than UFC 4 and 5. In my opinion, I definitely think this game, you know, is up there. You know, I'm going to give it the first place, and I haven't even played 4 and 5 yet. This game's just, you know, on another level. Right, cool guys, up next, we're going to be playing EA Sports UFC 4. This is the game I have the most game time on, and I believe it came out like 2020, maybe late 2019, I'm not sure. But if you look behind the controller on your screen here, you can see I've got a lot of hours on this game, so let's get right into it. Right, cool guys, so here's the menu for UFC 4. It doesn't look that great if I'm being honest, you know, it's really similar to the UFC 5 menu, you know, but UFC 5's got that red and pink theme, whereas this game's got a, you know, a kind of dark green theme, you know. We're gonna get into it now. Right, cool guys, in this game I'm gonna pick Dustin Poirier. You know, I did like using Dustin Poirier in this game, so I will pick Dustin. We're gonna go up against, fuck it, we'll just do Conor McGregor again, you know, but there's McGregor's character model. That model was the one they used on UFC 5 as well, so they've just copied and pasted that model over, which sucks. You know, it doesn't look too bad, but we've had it for too long. That's the only issue. And EA need to realise that Conor McGregor's only fought once with a bald head. You know, the rest he's always had hair. Hopefully, when he fights Michael Chandler in June, you know, McGregor's got nice and long hair so they can update his character model. But fuck it, let's get into it. Alright, here we go, guys. Yeah, the crowd and the atmosphere in this game sucks. And I didn't even notice that. The UFC 3 atmosphere is a lot better than this game. Man, I haven't played a UFC 4 in so long. Already I noticed the movement feels a lot slower. Kind of like you're walking in a swimming pool compared to UFC 5. McGregor comes out with a head kick. Damn. Okay. I'm going to work the body, guys, because I missed body work. Damn, these AI with their head movement is just insane. It's kind of like the AI can see what inputs you're pressing, and then they choose whether they want to counter it or not. You know, I have to say, the AI kind of seems a lot better than the UFC 3 one. I'll give it that. Because when I was fighting Cody Garbrandt in that previous UFC 3 fight, sometimes he was just standing still and letting me hit him. This one seems like it's actually got its own brain in a way. I just realised they got rid of Joe Rogan in UFC 4 as a commentator, and I'm pretty sure it was just out of laziness. I remember seeing him being like interviewed, and he said, "Nah, I don't want to record my voice again. It's too hard." He said something along those lines. And the other commentator, I forgot his name, the one that was commentating in UFC 1, 2, something Goldberg, right? He just left the UFC, didn't he? So yeah, they got rid of him when UFC 3 came out, and it was just John Anik and Joe Rogan in UFC 3, then DC and John Anik in this game, and then in the next game they just done DC Anik again, didn't they? Guys, that was legendary AI. I did not expect it, so I wasn't locked in. That's my excuse, guys. I was not locked in. You've got to be locked in when you're playing the AI, man. But alright, cool, guys. Real quickly, I'm going to give a review for UFC 4. So first of all, I just want to say, after the 3 years it was out, it was a complete game. It was, you know, it was somewhat good. I think there was still issues with the stamina. I feel like they just gave up adjusting it at one point. You know, it felt like you had too much stamina. And on UFC 5, mate, don't even tell me about UFC 5. But I feel like the stamina on UFC 3 was perfect, and it would have been nice if they just kept the stamina and how it worked on UFC 3 the same on 4 and 5. Alright, cool, guys. So on to the last game, UFC 5. The game that is actually out now, it's only been out 2 months. We're going to play against the AI on this game, and then I'll give a review at the end of this video again. Cool, guys. So here's the menu. Like I said, it's a bit boring, just like the UFC 4 one. The colors and the background looks a bit cooler, so they've put a bit of effort into that massive screen in the back too. But another thing I just want to say is the loading intro is quick. Some people might like that, but they haven't put any effort into it. Like UFC 3 and 4, they've got a really cool like cinematic intro. This one don't. It just goes EA Sports, and then it just goes straight into that press options to start screen. So they haven't put really enough effort into that. And guys, you've got to think, this game came out in 2023 October, I think it was. So nearly 3.5 years after UFC 4 dropped, and man, there wasn't a lot of differences between beta of this game and UFC 4 when it obviously there's been a few updates now that have changed the game up. All right, here we go, guys. Right, guys, so obviously I know the controls of this game pretty good, but I've not played a lot of AI, I have to admit. I just play it online. I'm really good at outplaying human beings, but AI, bro, they're just different breed. Guys, I'm not going to shit on UFC 5 too much. If there is something good about the game, I will say it. Like, first of all, the graphics definitely looks a lot better than all the previous games I've played. 100%. Although they said the crowd and the atmosphere is a lot better, I still feel like UFC 3 has the best atmosphere. Especially when you're using McGregor, they're going ole, ole, ole. In this game, it's just silent. There's no support behind the fighters. It's just a really loud crowd in this game. And guys, like I said about the commentators, I would have loved to seen Michael Bisping, you know, another commentator in this game, not just DC and John Anik again, you know, more commentators and referees, guys. There's only one referee in this game. UFC 2 had loads of refs. They had, you know, that Mario, I forgot his surname, Yamasaki or whatever it was. Damn, the AI is just running away. That is actually kind of annoying, just running away from me. You can't really pressure AI, man. They're just good at running away. Yeah, guys, that's another thing. I feel like the AI has improved over the years for sure, you know. The AI on UFC 2 and 3 definitely sucked. On UFC 4, it got better. On this game, it's a lot better too. This one's actually being a lot technical. It's trying to win the round. That's what it's trying to do, this Volk. There you go. It does a lot of running away, man. Stop running from me. This AI does not bite on fakes at all. If you go low, it just... Bro. Beautiful. There you go. Little silent shot. How have I not defended that? I've seen that from a mile away. Get back up. I'm going to let him stand up. No! Shit. On your feet, Naz. Oh my god. Let's go. I'm finishing him, fuck it. Oh my god. That camera angle was a glitch, but we still got it. Man, that was actually kind of difficult. Right, cool guys, so I'm going to do a final conclusion for this video about each of these games. So I'm going to put UFC 1 and 2 in the same boat, right? One good thing I liked about UFC 1 was the ground game, you know, really different. I did kind of like it. I would love for that ground game to come back for a future UFC game, maybe UFC 6, obviously make it better. But guys, just a quick question for those who did play EA Sports UFC online. Was the ground game good? Was there anything bad about it? Was there any flaws? Let me know in the comments section below. Let me know if you actually disagree with me. So yeah, let me know that. One thing I disliked about UFC 1 was the head movement. I hated how you had to flick your stick to go left and right, up and down. It wasn't like free motion. I don't know what the term's called. I think it's called like locomotion or something like that. Obviously that was introduced in UFC 2 where you were able to move your head around freely. UFC 2 became a little bit more technical because it was separate buttons to block your head and your body. Yeah guys, so UFC 3, obviously you would have heard from me, from other people, that it's a brilliant game. I love the clinch system, you know. The ground game had a lot more to it. Although the ground game's the same in UFC 3, 4 and 5, UFC 3 had a more in-depth ground game. You know, when you postured up, there were more transition options. You know, there was more ways to do ground and pound. There was more ways to do takedowns. There were more clinch positions. You know, so UFC 3, you know, was a lot more complex and complicated, if that made sense, right? With 4 and 3, one thing I liked about this game was the stamina. Although you had a little bit more stamina on UFC 4, you know, you weren't supposed to, it made sense to you that you're not supposed to spam in these games because you'll run out of stamina, you'll become vulnerable, and you'll get knocked out. Whereas on UFC 2 and 3, you could spam for a bit and it was just a really spammy arcadey game, right? The cheesy techniques used in these games were really annoying, like the clinch, the takedown. You know, there was no clinch denials in UFC 4. There was in UFC 3, by the way, just remember that. You were able to deny the clinch if you I think it was hold R2 and flick up on the right stick, I believe. Not too sure. UFC 5's got its flaws. Obviously, it's only been out 2 months, guys. You've got to bear that in mind. The tracking issues are insane. I really dislike the fact that the pre-existing issues that UFC 4 had when it first came out, you know, have reappeared with this game, like the double leg bails, not requiring stamina advantage, the tracking issues, you know, the really the really strong body health that UFC 4 used to have really early on, you know, that's come back with UFC 5. So it's kind of weird. It's like, to me, it feels like, it's like EA Sports, right? I'm not trying to accuse them or anything. It's like they're creating these bugs and these exploits on purpose. Sorry, the developers are creating these issues on purpose so that EA call them and be like, yo, there's something wrong with the game, come fix it, so they get paid. That is a wild accusation, I can't lie. But man, UFC 5 does make you go crazy sometimes. But yeah guys, that is the end of the video. Guys, let me know what you think about these games too. Drop a comment, you know, let me know what your best game is. The perfect game for U6 for me would be bring the stamina, the tracking, the way the game feels, the ground game, the clinch system from UFC 3. So just the clinch system from UFC 3 and the ground game from UFC 1. Put that all into one and make a UFC 6 game and fuck the Frostbite engine, mate. Use a better engine. Use like Unreal Engine or whatever engine Rainbow Six Siege use. No, what does Rainbow Six Siege use? I think they use Frostbite too. I'm not too sure. Man, no, they're like Ubisoft, aren't they? Or some shit like that. Right, cool guys. Appreciate if you watch this video. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.